For the most part, pretty pleased with our effort this evening. We had two primary focuses, and that was trying to get to the line and make more than them, and then win the rebounding battle as well. We felt like those were two areas that if we did a good job on, we'd come out victorious. And obviously, you look at the numbers. We got to the line 26 times, and they got to the line 13. And then we out-rebounded by 4 as well. So they're a very strong physical team, and the way they zone up, they've already made 100 more free throws or close to it than their opponents, because people tend to get in their heels and they don't stay aggressive, so they don't get to the free throw line as much. So we didn't want to fall into that trap, and I was pretty pleased that we were able to accomplish that.
Will you talk a little bit about the efficiency of your zone offense? I mean, I don't know how big you are into offensive efficiency or things like that, but your offense was tremendously efficient against them.
If it helps us win games, I'm in the efficiency of it. We had 2 full days to work on it, and then the off day to prepare for it. And it's nice when you know it's going to be all zone. You can throw away man for 2 days because you practice man the majority of your practice. And we just really try to do a lot of individual breakdown and, zone principles. And I thought they got it into the game. It's a tough zone. It's a unique zone. We see zone all year long, but you don't see quite that length, that activity, that type of hands on the ball. So I thought we did a pretty good job. And the other thing is that at halftime, I was really happy that we only had taken 10 threes. That's an easy thing to do, is to jack it up. And I thought our guys stayed patient and understood what we were trying to accomplish, and did a pretty good job of getting us going in the game.
Was there something in particular that you were especially pleased with in that zone offense?
Just trying to get in the creases, trying to catch it with some momentum and just go north and south. Anthony Henderson did a tremendous job of it. He made a few mid-range jump shots and just catching it, driving in there and pulling up. And then we wanted to have good timing of our sit-ins with our 5 men. Sean only got 5 shots, but how many fouls he accumulated on their bigs, and eventually got us to the bonus earlier in both halves, which, like I talked about in the free throws, I thought that was a big key.
Coach, you guys had 14 turnovers, but is there something to be said that you had, I think it was 1 turnover between both Pep and Javon, knowing how aggressive that defense?
Yeah, not real happy with the 14. We had that stretch there where they cut it to 9, where we had 2 or 3 turnovers in 4 or 5 possessions, and they cut it to 9. But anytime you got your point guards that aren't turning the ball over, you're happy. They hadn't been playing quite as well, and we talked to both of them about it. And we need one or both to play well on every night for us to be successful.
The three-point shooting the last couple of games, you've struggled with it, came through for you in a big way today. What was your level of confidence with the three-point shooting coming into this game?
We talked about it last game. I see him shoot, the cover off the ball almost daily, and I wasn't concerned about it. It's the law of averages will come into play. We hadn't shot it well for 2 games in a row, and I felt good about it. We spent a lot of time doing it. We got a number of guys that can shoot the ball at a high clip, and I wasn't concerned about it. I thought we'd shoot the ball well.
And can you also talk a little bit about the variety of different three-point shooters? To get your threes, while you can have multiple guys get hot, you don't sit there and live and die with one guy's three-point shooting.
Right, and to have 4 or 5 guys on the floor at one time that are capable of shooting 3 is a nightmare to prepare for. It stretches the defense, and we usually have 4, and at times we have 5. And it's a luxury as a coach to be able to put that many weapons on the floor at one time. And we try to feed their confidence. I'm not a big bad shot guy. They work awfully hard for us, and we demand a lot on the defensive end. So when it's time to rise up, I want them to rise up with confidence, and I thought we did a very good job of that.
Coach, Eastern cut it to 9 with 6:40 or 6:52 to go. Then Danny threw that turnover, and then Eastern called a timeout. What did you say in that timeout that led them to come out and hit 4 threes in a row before stops like that?
Trust me, it wasn't nothing I said that they hit the baskets. I just was disappointed that we didn't handle the traps. They kind of gave up and were begging the officials to bail them out. Disappointed with our ball toughness in those occasions. Javon Clark did it right in front of our bench down in the corner. The shot clock was running down, and then Zach did it looking for a bailout, and Jovan Austin did the same thing. So we had 3 possessions fairly close to one another where we didn't handle the pressure, we didn't handle the trap, and that's disappointing because we wanted to be tougher than that. And we talk all the time about rather have a a 5 count and atomic bomb and give them a live ball turnover.
We've beat you up pretty steadily here about your offense. Can you talk a little bit about your defense? Was there a particular area that you were happiest or particularly unhappy with?
You know, from where I sat, I like their energy. I like their motors. You know, they got some fast, aggressive guys that really go downhill. They don't have much inside scoring at the rim, but the other 4 guys on the floor are all very capable. So I really thought that they matched their motor. You know, that they try to not let the ball get into their body, you know, to get all those cheap fouls. I thought we did a pretty good job of showing our hands and trying to keep the ball in front as much as possible.
Am I right to say that they're a team that really relies on their fast break to get points? Then can you talk about just allowing 2 fast break points?
That's a great sign because we've had plenty of games this year where in our get back, as we call it, it wasn't very good. And that's one of the hardest things to do in basketball. You miss a shot and we're on them about going to the glass, but we want them to do both. We want them to go to the glass, we want them to sprint back, we want them to work their problems out on the fly. And we've had plenty of games this year where we weren't very good at it. And to only give up a basket or 2 to a team that relies on that is a good sign.
Big game Saturday, obviously your rival. It's not your first round of the game, obviously, but what have you learned from talking to people around here that makes this round so special? Obviously, those separate.
I've learned there's no love lost between the 2 programs. When I got the job, that's probably one of the first things they told me. But just looking forward to it. You know, I told the team already that you're not going to remember every regular season game you play in, but you're going to remember these. Regardless of what happens at the end of the season, you know, these are the type of games that you're going to remember, and these are the type of games that you work your tail off to play in. You know, it's going to be a great environment. You know, we've got a couple days to prepare, and it'll be, you know, obviously I've been to rivalry games, but never this one, and I'm just looking forward to it.
You speak of the environment. I don't know if you saw it earlier today, but it's close to the sellout. I think like 800 tickets were remaining.
I hope they buy. I hope more BG fans buy up the rest. We need 800 more BG fans up there.
Any more questions for Coach?
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.